By the end of this video, you will have mastered all types of conditionals. Can't you believe? Give it a shot. Hello, this is Anita from English Station. Conditional type 0 is about solid fact, which has been true all the time. It was true in the past, it is true today, and it's going to be true in the future. And it's very much easy. We only need to know simple present. If plus simple present, comma, simple present. For example, if you heat ice, it melts. Go, try it a billion times, you get the same result. That is what the solid fact about. When we're talking about solid facts, in fact, we're talking about the matters that always get the same results, no matter how many times we try it. For example, no matter how many times you heat the ice, you get the same result. Go, try it. Another example is that if you cut your body with a knife, it bleeds. You don't want me to try it, do you? If it rains, the grass gets wet. Or when you die, you can't breathe. If you close your eyes, you can't see, can you? If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. Conditional type 1 is about real life situations where I think the consequence of this will be that. And it's not 100% true all the time. We usually use it for giving promises, threatening other people, and anticipating future events. Sometimes we use conditional type 0 to exaggerate about the situation. For example, I say if I go home late, my dad kills me. Does he? No, he doesn't. I'm just trying to show the severity of the situation. For conditional type 1, we need if plus simple present, comma, will, can, may, simple verb. If you smoke, you will get cancer. But is it true 100% of the time? Of course not. I know many people, many chain smokers, who have lived a long life and at the end died of natural death. Bear in mind that conditional type 1 is not true 100% of the time, not like conditional type 0. It is true most of the time. Let's say it is true 80% of the time. If you do this, that will happen. Let's make more examples. As I said, we can use this conditional for threatening other people. If you don't drop the gun, I'll shoot. If you don't leave now, I'll call the police. As I mentioned, we can use it for giving promises. If I get my salary, we can travel to Paris. If you're a good boy, I'll take you out to the playground. If you don't tell my mom, I may take you to the party with me. It is also used for prediction. If it rains tomorrow, I'll stay at home. If you don't study hard, you will fail. If you study hard, you will pass your exam with flying colors. If they break up, she will get so upset. If you make more examples, you will learn much better. Conditional type 2. In conditional type 2, we need if plus simple past, comma, could, would, might, simple verb. In conditional type 2, an unreal present affects present. That's why many students get confused, because we are using the simple past tense, but we're dealing with the present time. If you did this, that would happen, both at a present time. For example, I think he loves me. I don't know why he cheated on me. No, honey, if he loved you, he wouldn't betray you. It means he doesn't love you at this present time. That's why he is cheating on you. As we go on and on with the conditionals, they get more and more difficult. I know that. If I had $1 million, I would travel all around the world. I'm talking about this very specific point of time. Maybe I had $1 million in the past. Maybe I will have $1 million in the future. Who knows? But I'm talking about this moment of time that I don't have $1 million. I don't have much money, in fact. If I were married, I wouldn't feel so lonely now. Where are you, Sam? Oh, Wooden Cafe. That's great. If I weren't busy, I could join you. Oh my God, you did that? If you weren't my sister, I'd kill you. Conditional type 2 can also be used for what you wish were different in your life, whatever you wish for at the present time. For this purpose, we don't need the second part of the sentence. We don't need the dependent clause. So we only say, I wish, simple past. I wish I had more money. I wish I could trust you. I wish I had more subscribers. It's important to note that it is grammatically wrong to use was with conditional type 2 and wish clause. No matter if you're talking about I, you, he, she, they, for all of them we use where only. Of course, you may say, I have heard a lot of people using if I was or I wish I was. Of course, you may hear it a lot, but it is grammatically wrong, so try to avoid it. I wish English people were not so obsessed about the grammar and they would update it to what people actually are saying instead of what is written in the books only. But anyway, it is what it is. Take a few more examples with wish. I wish he weren't my partner. I wish I were a boy. I wish I didn't have to work. I wish I could rest more. If conditional type 1 tells us about the future consequences of our behavior and conditional type 2 tells us about unreal situations in the present time, then maybe we can conclude that conditional type 3 is about unreal past affecting the past. If it's all about the past, what is it good for? What do we use it for? Actually, we use conditional type 3 to talk about our regrets. If I hadn't left him at the altar, we would have been married a long time ago. And we can also use it to blame somebody. If you had studied harder, you wouldn't have failed your exam. Also, we can use it to talk about past possibilities. If I had invested my money in the stock market, I could have bought that home last week. As you noticed, for these conditional, we need if plus past perfect followed by past modals. If you don't have any ideas about past perfect and past modal, there is a link down below in the description. Don't forget to watch it. Let me give you this golden piece of advice. I always tell my students to practice whatever the grammar they're practicing in different formats and different forms. By this way, they never get caught up in a difficult situation. I usually ask them to practice it with have and be verbs separately from other verbs. And also, sometimes you need to make it continuous if you can. Whatever. This way, they learn it much better and they can produce different forms of that grammar later on in real situations. Now, let's make more examples with conditional type 3. If she had gone to bed earlier last night, she wouldn't have felt so tired in the morning. If they had bought the ticket in advance, they would have saved a lot of money. If I hadn't drunk so much alcohol, I wouldn't have embarrassed myself in front of my colleagues. If I had been more cautious, I wouldn't have had an accident. If I hadn't broken the law, I wouldn't have been caught by the police. If I hadn't resigned from my job, I could have gone on a trip with my friends. If I hadn't had to go back to work, I might have stayed on honeymoon for a longer time. Would you have given me your car if I had asked for it? Would you have had an eye on my baby if I had accepted to go to that meeting? Now that we're done with the conditionals, I should tell you that it's not like always the past affects the past and present affects present. Sometimes the past affects present, the past affects the future, and future affects present and the past. That's where conditional mixes come to play. I didn't want to make this video really long, so that's why I have done a separated video to tell you about conditional mixes, and you have the link in the description down below, which I want you to go and watch it to complete this forms of conditionals, all forms of conditionals. And I want you to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with the people if you think they need it. See you in the next lesson.